live button up in the corner. This stream is live.
Hey-oh! Happy KOTG Tuesday.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. We're back.
I missed you fellas.
Good job, Brent.
Yeah, we're trying to, Zach normally runs the stream here, and we're going to figure out how to do it.
Dude, you're making it happen. I love it.
We're getting it. But what do we got going on tonight, fellas? Welcome.
All the good
Thanks
stuff.
for having me, guys.
Heck yeah. So, Connor's from FlowZone. He's joining us tonight. But before we get into all that good stuff, I think let's just all grab a glass. Keep off the grass.
You know, it's been a few weeks since I busted this one out.
Ooh.
Bush.
Nice.
I mean, it's fall. It's football season. Air conditioner's
yes.
off. The windows are open. Oh, it's my time of year.
Yeah, our daytime temps have been like high 70s, low 80s. Amazing. We had a
Beautiful.
little bit of rain, which delayed my seating, but other than that, just the weather's been great. Chilling outside, barbecuing, hanging out. Perfect time of year right now. I'll take it as long as it'll stick around.
Yeah, man.
It's not that cool here yet. Good
Not
gosh.
yet.
You got the AC cut off and the windows open? That's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Heck, it's like, I think it was this morning when I went to work, it was 48 degrees. So
That's a little colder than us.
I was actually,
Still 70 here.
I
Right.
contemplated
Chilly.
turning on the heated seats, honestly.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a little too early for that. But I did do the steering wheel, so I'll admit it.
All
Gotta keep these babies nice and soft.
Gotta keep the mitts warm and soft. You put a little lotion on there too
Yeah.
while you're at it.
Exactly.
A little hand therapy on the way to work.
Too bad I didn't have like the massaging like steering wheel. Now that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should get that as an add-on. You could probably get one of those.
Yeah. So
I do
Well,
like
Connor,
this.
welcome. Tonight we got Connor Duffy from FlowZone. And Connor.
Yeah, hey
you
guys,
are
good
the,
evening.
yeah, man. Welcome. It's really Really great to have you. And you are the marketing director, correct, for FlowZone?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I imagine you're probably a jack of all trades. It sounds like you've been there since the beginning. Tell us a little bit about, how FlowZone came to be and where you guys came from.
Yeah. So, I've been with FlowZone basically since the brand inception. I was there in the brainstorms for the brand name and stuff like that. So I've kind of seen it all over the years. But basically, FlowZone started in 2014. So we have two owners. The one owner is a customer of the other owner's business, so they became friends. Identified an opportunity in the sprayer market here. Back in 2014, that was kind of the peak of when the interest started for battery backpack sprayers. It's really grown since then, but the trend away from the manual backpacks is kind of the whole idea behind the business. That's really the only thing we focus on is the battery powered backpack, the efficiency, just squeezing the trigger and going from there. But yeah, I mean, the business story, basically, we found a third-party manufacturer over in China. We brought in a pallet of product, put it on Amazon. That sold right away. Brought in 4 pallets of product from Amazon, and put it on Amazon. That sold out right away. Started getting some, initial feedback, like positive feedback from customers on Amazon. We started hearing from professionals saying, hey, these things really rock. We want to start using these in our business. Do you guys have anything, set up for the B2B market? We're like, well, I think we got something here as far as a business to sell into different industries, sell to homeowners, all that kind of stuff. So really just kind of leverage that with, the battery powered sprayer. Just, I think we had the right timing coming into the market. So it's been pretty cool to see the company grow.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Connor. Real quick. Man, Matt Martin, you are a loser. I swear to God. I said it. All right, continue.
All right.
But yeah, so we started on Amazon, kind of selling direct to homeowners and things like that. Got a lot of initial feedback from the pest control market. Positive feedback that they wanted to use our sprayers for perimeter pest control. So basically, when you go around the outside of a house, what you see everybody doing in the neighborhoods is what they like using our sprayers for. So now that the pest control market, we're pretty much the most popular sprayer professionally in. That's evolved into landscape, turf and ornamental. So everything from, spot spraying, weeds and yards and stuff like that, to turf and ornamental where they're on a golf course or, a greenhouse, wherever, doing a lot of spot spraying. So we sell into all those industries. We kept getting interest from different industries. So we've launched different lines now. We have a Concrete Plus line. So in the construction industry, kind of interesting story. In 2018, the Obama administration passed a law to where you had to knock down silica dust when you're cutting concrete. So we developed a line of sprayers that can connect into cut saws and core drills so that when they're cutting the concrete on the side of a highway or whatever, there's not a big cloud of dust. So that kind of got us into concrete. We've got specialized sprayers now that, can spray anything from acetone, curing compounds, stuff that makes concrete dry faster, form release that makes the wood fall off the concrete after it's dried. So that's been a line that's been interesting to kind of get into. In 2020, obviously, there's a lot of interest for disinfecting with COVID. So we did launch a line of disinfecting sprayers called Extreme Cleans. That's a kind of another sister brand that we branched off That was very popular at the beginning of COVID. Then the CDC, came out and said it's not really a surface disinfectant problem. It's more airborne, right? So we all know that story. So now we've kind of transitioned the Extreme Clean line over to more of the cleaning market, to where people use it to, spray bleach on the sides of their houses. You can use it to spray your upholstery on any outdoor furniture and stuff. This is all stuff you can do with your FlowZone sprayer too. So that's been a nice market to learn about. We're even in hydroponics now, out in Colorado, California, Michigan, all those states that were the early adopters. You see a lot of the hydroponic growers using the sprayers now as a pest control applicator, for plants that they're growing. And now we're starting to get even more into the agricultural side when you see, sprayers on farms or, greenhouses and things like that. So a lot of different markets to get into with the sprayers. And that's why it's been a interesting business to work for, because I came in pretty green. I was probably had the most experience with landscaping personally, but learning about pest control and construction and disinfecting and all that has definitely been an interesting ride.
It's crazy how much COVID kind of makes everybody pivot and, creates different opportunities or different things. But, now that that's kind of tapered back, have you guys seen any shift? Like, how has things progressed now for you guys, that kind of things have, I don't know, for the most part, kind of gone back to normal? People aren't as concerned. Are you guys still seeing a high demand for those sorts of products?
Not in the disinfection market. Like I said, there's a lot of like electrostatic spraying going on. So that's where you add a positive charge to the liquid, and it wraps around the object like 360 degrees. So it's pretty cool technology. We're starting to have people buy that. Like I said, kind of in like the hydroponic and horticulture industry. So it's kind of interesting, because their theory is that it's going to wrap around even the plant, because the plant is grounded, right? So if you add that positive charge to the water, it helps it stick to the leaves even better than
interesting. Yeah,
when you don't do that. So, but yeah, I mean, it's not really a big focus. That industry is obviously it's very oversaturated. A lot of governments, a lot of schools, whatever, bought a lot of sprayers at that time, and so it's really oversaturated right now with disinfectant specifically.
All right.
Have you tried like the almost like industrial chemicals? So I'm talking like caustics, acids, stuff like that, or is it just, have you found that it just kind of eats away the parts of all your kind of valves and stuff like that?
Yeah, so we literally just launched a construction unit or a construction sprayer that can spray acetone, which is probably the most caustic capable thing that we've ever developed. So that's interesting. You're using different seals in the tanks, basically, in the pumps. So like in this acetone one, we're using EPDM rubber, whereas in the FlowZones, we're using Viton rubber seals, which is a very good seal, but it doesn't do as well with certain chemicals. And so you got to kind of watch your compatibility. Even with some of the stuff that's popular in landscaping, essential oils, petroleum distillates, stuff like that. Because it's organic in nature, it eats away at the pumps differently than like a regular product would do. So
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's probably the most exotic thing that we can spray is that acetone. You can spray like a 3%, like we say, up to 6% bleach mixture out of the FlowZones. So that's what I was talking about if you want to get any sort of like mold outside off of anything, whether it's your siding or your furniture or deck or stuff like that. So bleach is pretty strong itself. So that's that's a cool application for the FlowZone sprayers as well. But yeah, so basically, so the story, so we launched all these products. We started with a third-party manufacturer in China. Basically, we had a falling out with them. We had a product, let's call it a warranty claim that they were not willing to pay us back for, and it was enough capital to where we were like, all right, well, we don't really want to be partners with you guys anymore. So our owners opened a Shanghai-based manufacturing facility where we had, I think you're allowed to own 49% interest in it as a American individual. Then, you have a Chinese partner as well. So that's what we were running, I think, since like 2016 to 2022. We opened a Costa Rica plant last year. So that's been a very positive development. That's a very clean facility down there. It's English speaking. They use the US dollar. They're much closer. We ship into Miami, so it's like a 5-day boat ride, to get product over to the US. So it's definitely been interesting to even navigate those international sourcing conversations. So, but yeah, so that's where we manufacture. We're based, we've got the China facility, we've got the Costa Rica facility. The China facility, we sell into Europe, we sell into Africa over there. The Costa Rica facility sells into Central America and South America. We focus on the North America with my team, and North America and Canada. So that's where we're located. I'm based out of Cincinnati, Ohio. So that's where our marketing and sales office is. We've got a different office in Charlotte, North Carolina. So that's kind of our footprint. We've got 2 shipping facilities. So our warehouses are located in like Louisville, Kentucky, and Phoenix, Arizona. So we've got the East Coast, West Coast connection there. So awesome. That's how we try to get our product out as quickly as we can.
That's a lot of growth since 2014. I mean, launching into a worldwide presence, that's pretty awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
For something
it's cool
in 9
to
years,
see
that's awesome.
Yeah, no, there's been a lot of investments with the ownership, and one of our mantras has always been, launching new products, keeping our, ears to the ground on what the trends are and things like that. So that's where, what we want to talk about today is some of the new 3rd generation sprayers that we've launched. We've got a new mist blower for mosquitoes. We've got a lot of new accessories that we offer for the sprayers. But, all of that with the growth, I mean, we're talking, I think rough estimate would be like 250,000 sprayers in the field. So selling into all those professional industries, selling to homeowners, makes me kind of proud, honestly, to have that many sprayers in the field. So,
yeah, that's really great.
So with that,
I got 3 of them.
with that many professionals kind of jumping on board with the brand, what separates you from any other brand? Why do you see that a lot of the professionals are going with you guys?
Yeah, so I mean, what we like to say is just that we keep it simple with the design. Our sprayers are easy to work on, easy to maintain from a daily use. It's just 5 screws, you pop the top off. You're looking at a diaphragm pump and a battery. So if the circuit board goes bad, you can swap out the circuit board. If you need to do something with the pump, you can swap that out. I've had guys with pumps working, after 5 years, they put a new one in and they're keeping the same tank on it and same backpack straps and stuff like that. So just the daily ease of use and not breaking down is a big plus.
So do you guys sell those parts individually? Like if say you had a FlowZone sprayer and something kind of, wanted to, let me just replace this little chip or whatever that seemed to be, messing up on me. Is that something where you guys do provide that for customers? I mean, I assume after 5 years they'd need to purchase the part. That's not like a warranty type situation, but is that something that is fairly easy to get?
Yeah, so that's where, I mean, we have all the parts, the replacement parts on the website that you could buy directly.
Cool.
We've got them through our distributor partners. We've got a 1-year warranty on all of our products. And that's another feature that we try to emphasize to people is that we've got guys on the phone. Like right now, we've got 3 guys running the phones all day, every day. If they need to send out parts to individuals, so we're doing that all the time. Not that the, sprayers are breaking down all the time, but you got so many sprayers in the field. Guys are going to need parts. Some guys treat the sprayers a little rougher than others. So yeah, that's part of the education too. Is like, you got to treat this like one of your nice battery powered tools. You can't treat it like a piece of candy that you're just tossing in the back of the truck too. So.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, one of the guys in the chat, he's on here every week. Papa Moslow on Instagram. He was asking for a customer support number. Said his got clogged and wants to know how to access the pump and clean it. So do you have that number that you're mentioning? You got guys working the phones. Do you have that number handy, or can you drop it in the chat at some point?
Yeah, I'm typing it up now.
Questions on that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hey,
I just saw. I saw the Jake Nussbaum cleaning them helps. So that's another thing that we emphasize. I mean, we've got an inlet, 90-degree inlet filter that's at the bottom of the tank. If you wipe that thing, after you're done spraying, that it's going to work. It'll work perfectly for you the next time you go to spray. You don't want to leave any chemicals in the tank to where they're coagulating on the bottom of that filter, So really just kind of treating them good with the, all you really got to do is rinse them with water. If people are going to winterize them at the end of the year here, before you put them up in your garage, it's definitely a good idea to put a little soap in there, shake it up, run the water through it, and then, just run it with clean water through the lines before you winterize it. That helps keep them going. So just kind of treating the tools right.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know who this Bill Martin tool is. Okay. He got me. He donated $1.99 at first. And I was like, oh, that was really cool of him. Donated another $1.99 and said, call my brother Matt Martin a loser. It's been a long day, you guys. As you can tell, I'm a little tired. I don't think Matt Martin from the Grass Factor is a loser. He got me. So if some moron clips that shit out of the show and sends it to Matt Martin, start some stupid like junior high drama on fucking YouTube people and whatnot, you're dumb. All right. Sorry, Connor, but people are stupid and they got me. So I already blocked his messages, but he jumped back on again. So yeah, you all know. So I was just trying to be nice.
People live to cause problems.
Yeah. But hey, if you guys do want me to call your brother a loser for real, just send me a direct message. And I will do that for you.
No, go ahead and put $1.99 in the chat, and I'll call anyone a loser.
Anyway, back to normal stuff, real stuff. So I don't have one of your guys' sprayers, but they look pretty aggressive and pretty badass. I have the Petra Tools one, and I have to plug that into the wall and connect it to the backpack itself. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like at least one of yours, the battery is removable, kind of like a DeWalt or a whatever small battery. Is that right? Do I have that right? Or are they not removable? They are? Okay.
Yeah. And I think you even got kits where you can use the DeWalt stuff, right?
Yeah. So ours look like out of the box, they look like a Dro battery. I think we've got an 18-volt battery system, 2.6 amp, 5.2 amp. We can kind of show the product line too, but yeah, and then that's one of the accessories we launched this year is we've got adapters. So if you've got DeWalt, Milwaukee, or Makita tools, we've got batteries we've got adapters to where you just slide your adapters in, so you can see the picture that's showing on the screen now. On the middle two pictures, that battery door, you just slide your battery in there, and then we even sell a taller door. So if you've got some of the taller Milwaukee DeWalt Makita batteries, like the 5.2 amp, and I forget what they go up to after that. But if they're taller, we do sell a taller door as well.
Man, that's a really good selling point.
That's pretty
really
awesome.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that universal, or you had that ability. So that's pretty sweet.
Mhm.
I know the question was asked a while ago about it comparing to another brand. Until you put one in your hands, you just, there's no comparisons between, just the wand, the quick disconnect, the battery life, the backpack part, the padding of it, the waterproof straps, just how nice the lid spins on, because it's not cheap. I mean,
Jeez,
night and day. Until you grab one, start using it, there's no comparison. Then you need one that's dedicated for glyphosate. Then you need one that's dedicated for this.
That's why you
It's
need
not a
three.
bad idea.
Yeah.
Thank you, Papa.
And
Thank you, Drunk Lawn Guy.
So that was the initial. So like I said, we just launched our version 3 sprayers, but what we had in version 1 and version 2, like we started out with like pressure washer spray guns. We started out with stainless steel wands, brass quick connects. In a previous version, we put a 5-speed adapter on the tank to where you can dial in the speed up to or the pressure, the flow rate up to 20%, 40%. So those are all kind of features that stayed with it, and then we just been kind of making changes over the years based on feedback from the field.
Are all your models, I mean the backpack ones that you showed, are they all 4-gallon?
No, so we've got the 2 4-gallon units are 80% of our sales. That's what everybody buys. So the 2 in the middle there, and that's the new version that we're showing, the 3s. We've got the Monsoon there on the left is a 9-gallon tank capacity. And then the Storm is a 2.5 gallon. You can see it's a little smaller on the back there. So if you look at the 2 sprayers on the left, so the Monsoon and the Typhoon, those have the same size pump and the same size battery. So that's what we try to communicate is just, hey, if you need that extra tank capacity there, like that picture is showing a Christmas tree farm. So the guy is going in between weeds and everything. So he needs a lot of tank capacity there. And then if you're just doing a small job with the 2.5 gallon sprayer and you don't want that extra weight on your back, or if you've got, if a person, just is not as strong, it's a good option. But one of the questions I saw in the chat earlier too was what's the main difference between like the Typhoon and the Cyclone? So that's what I just described as the basically it comes down to the diaphragm pump has a bigger motor in the Typhoon and the Monsoon. So that's where you see in that second row there, it goes up to 115 PSI. So that's where you can dial it into 20%, 40%, 60, all the way up to 115. And then it also has a higher flow rate because of that. So I think the flow rate goes up to like 0.75, depending on the nozzle you use. You could put that Lesco Rainhead nozzle on it. I know it's popular in landscape, the blue one.
Yes, sir.
That'll put out up to 1 gallon per minute. And so we've had a lot of landscape folks say that they like that one. So when you have that extra pressure, that extra flow rate, that extra power, it's going to spray further. So if you need to be doing anything with trees, if you need to be doing anything up high, like with the pest control, these guys are shooting up into 2nd-story eaves. The Typhoon is a good option for you if you're using that Lesco Chemlon. Is that what it's called, the Chemlon nozzle?
The one you're talking about, those are the Chemlon's more the gun, but you're talking about
the Chemlon's the gun. Yeah, I'm talking about like
it's
that
the
shower.
Blue, you got them in shower head. You got them in yellow, blue. So I run the blue.
So if you're doing like that, and Olee, what are you putting down like fertilizer type product with that, or what are you putting down with that?
Yeah. Some people like to melt 20 and spoon feed, and you're able to use that blue nozzle on the Typhoon and spoon feed with. walk and spoon feed.
Mm-hmm.
I've also used, but like that 2.5 you were talking about a while ago, I've got one of those, and I didn't think I'd really care for it. But man, it's super neat, especially like if you're going to help someone or stick it in the car and run down the road or whatever instead of a truck. It's amazing how good it fits. And then if you're spot treating, just something like nutsedge or something, you don't need 4 gallons mixed up and walk around and around. You can mix up a gallon or 2, and that thing is super handy, that 2.5.
I do like having this little bit smaller one for things just like that, like spot spraying and smaller little jobs. I have a 4-gallon that I use for like all the different simple lawn solutions, the root hume, sea hume, that kind of stuff. I like to spray that, real heavy and whatnot. But then, things like the quinclorac or whatever, the smaller one is nice to have.
And it's got plenty of power.
Yeah.
Now, I put a question up on the screen. Lawn Radiance was asking, do you have to prime the pump before the first use? So out of the box, what's your kind of like setup suggestions or, best practices for that?
Yeah. So no, you do not. The pump comes primed. It sometimes needs a little kick in the butt to get going. Just because if it's been sitting in a warehouse, we have all these partners that sell our products, so it's hard to tell how long the sprayer's been sitting there. But basically, that diaphragm pump needs to be wet for it to work. Once you get it wet, it'll work very easily, and I'd say 75% of the time it does, if not more. But if you do need to
that
get
is
it
what
started,
she said.
all you have to do is
hey man, we
need to get
it
started. The best thing to do is just fill it up all the way, like up to the 4 gallons, and let the pump sit there and run for 2 minutes. And then typically, if you feather the trigger after that, it'll get going, no problem. Just by having that pressure on the pump, the gravity fed pressure. So. But yeah, no, and that's the beautiful thing is that you do not need to pump them day in and day out. So if you go to use it that first time next summer, you might have to prime it. But once you get it primed that first time, it's going to go for you all spray season. So
nice. That's pretty awesome.
So which ones? So you've used the new Vortex Mister. Have you? How much use have you gotten on that, or what are you using it for?
Spraying for mosquitoes. Or fogging for mosquitoes, whatever the correct terminology is.
And I never knew there was a at the end of mosquito.
You hearing an A? What about the whole part? You hear the whole
Mosquito,
A?
right?
I swear it's spelled differently.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes?
Mosquito.
Mosquitoes? I hate mosquitoes. I hate them, man.
Can you even say mosquito?
Mosquito?
There you go.
I don't want to, but I will.
Oh, like on your foot.
But yeah, it's been using it to around the house, shrubs, trees. It's pretty wicked, man.
Yeah. So the Vortex, the mist blower, the whole idea with mosquitoes or mosquitoes, is that they lay eggs on the underside of leaves. So you want to have a smaller droplet size. So technically it's like 50 to 100 microns is what we're quoting on our unit. So on our unit, if you're at the third position on the output, you're putting out a smaller droplet to where it looks like a mist. It's not technically a fog, but it's small enough to be effective to match the label for mosquito side. And but yeah, so you want to like Olee was saying, you want to be spraying anywhere with like low-hanging brush, bushes, trees, anywhere where you've got water. Standing water is not good, around pools, whatever. So there's a lot of benefit to doing it with something like the Mister rather than like the FlowZone, for example. The sprayers that we were talking about previously, what we are known for, Those droplets are more like 150 microns. So they're like, so this thing's putting out droplets that are like 3 times smaller, and it really helps to stick to the underside of that leaf. The way we market this to professionals and homeowners alike, on the right side there, we're talking about, you're not putting any gas in there. You're not mixing up any oil for your 2-stroke engine. You just plug the battery in and press the trigger and it goes. There's less seasonal maintenance. There's no carburetors and things like that. It's less noise pollution. So it's like 60 decibels, I think, is what we quote, versus, over 100 for some of these, like a Steel SR250, if you're familiar with that. That's kind of the popular fogger in the industry right now. But the problem with that is that last point, the decreased environmental impact. A lot of states are outlawing new purchases of 2-stroke engines. So you're not going to be able to purchase those. So this is where everything's going.
What would be some other applications, say, for like a homeowner for a fogger besides, so if mosquitoes aren't that big of an issue for you, what would be some other uses for a fogger like that?
I think you could use it in a garden.
Yeah.
I almost feel like if you were growing certain types of plants, you might be able to fertilize them.
Sure. Yeah. Certain type
Yeah,
of
you can use it for fertilizer. We've had pest control guys just do regular perimeters. So if you wanted to just use that to do regular pesticide around your house, you could do that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mostly for mosquitoes.
Yeah.
We've seen them for people buying them for greenhouses. If you need to spray over that, it's kind of what Olee is talking about. If you've got a bigger garden, or you've got like you don't really want to be spraying like flowering plants, but
you can mist them.
Yeah, you could use it for pesticide. Yeah.
So this is a mister, not a fogger.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
mist
is that
sprayer,
correct?
spray mister.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of just colloquially people call it a fogger, but
yeah,
technically we have to sell it as a mist blower.
I got you.
It's it's basically it's got a axial fan just like your leaf blowers do. So you can use it without spraying anything. So like if I've been using it around my house, I just use it as a powerful leaf blower too. You can turn the liquid on and off on it. Yeah, I mean, you already got it out.
Now it's got an optional 4-gallon tank.
Yeah, 2.5 gallon and 4 gallon tanks on that one. We have a video. I don't know if you guys would be able to play that, the Vortex video that kind of shows you somebody moving around with it. If you want to see how it works. Not published on YouTube yet. Coming soon.
Oh,
but this is the first draft.
It's published.
Yeah, I didn't get the video loaded in time, so I don't have the video ready to play.
That's all right. Yeah, so we were already looking at what it looks like and stuff, but yeah, not a bad option. So we're excited about that launch. It's something that we've got into as kind of a complementary product to the mist blower, or to the regular sprayers, obviously. So that's kind of where we're trying to go as far as a company. The new innovations that we're kind of looking at is stuff like that, where it's, whether it's, different product altogether, like the mist blower, but still kind of in the same family as the sprayer. We're looking at stuff like that. We're looking at different, tank capacities. So whether you're talking about like your 1 and 2 gallon tanks, or getting bigger than a 9 gallon, that's stuff we're looking at.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you guys working on like a truck size, pickup truck size tank options? Olee used to have something like that that he would pull around, but yeah.
Yeah, there's pretty popular the like the UTV, like the 25 gallon tanks that you can just put on your ATV, UTV, or whatever, and ride around your property. And so there's a lot of different applications like that, and that kind of gets you into different industries and stuff too. So
sure,
it's just kind of the stuff that we're looking at to kind of keep growing the company. We're looking at different price points. If we want to be if we want to look at like a more economical sprayer, we've got a brand called Spraymate, to where we sell the sprayers for, $90 to $160 range. So that's a little more easy to get into for some folks. And then, I don't think we talked about the prices of the FlowZone, but for those 4-gallon tanks, you're looking at $240 generally for a Cyclone, and then, like $330 for a Typhoon. And then we're looking at some other options that let's just say would be more premium in addition to that, on a 4-gallon tank. So keep you guys posted once we're ready to announce all that.
Heck yeah. Hey, speaking of like a Typhoon 3, Little Bird said that we might be giving one away to a lucky viewer in the live chat. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. So we have Cyclone, we have Typhoon 3s. They have been out of stock on the website pretty much all year. We work with a lot of distributors. So in landscaping, Site One is our biggest distributor. They have 600 retail locations. So we've been trying to keep them in stock all year. And we've done a decent job at that. But they're officially on the website for sale. And we're also giving one away tonight. So
sweet.
Right.
Awesome. I was trying to
then
pull
if
up
you're
the wheel of
interested in
names here to get ready.
Cyclone, yeah, we've got some different partners that I wanted to mention. But yeah, so I mean, if you're looking at like the Cyclone or the Typhoon, like I said, we have the Typhoon on our website right now, but there's some other people. I don't know. Do you guys know Pete Denny at GCI Turf Academy?
Yeah.
That's a very popular website. He's kind of a legend in the landscaping industry, but so they've got them. Do It Yourself Pest Control has them. doityourselfpestcontrol.com, toolbarn.com. So even though if you don't see stuff on our website, I just want to emphasize that we've got a lot of partners that support us. So
they are
Nice.
out there. All right. So what are we putting in the live chat there, Bill? You're going to spin up a wheel of names, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to get it loaded up here. Just throw in Typhoon. If you can spell it, do it. Typhoon.
Typhoon.
Typhoona.
Typhoon. I'm trying to get the video loaded up here, Connor, for the Vortex blower.
Okay.
And so once I do that, we will play it. I'll let you guys know.
Bill, if anyone spells it wrong with 1 O, they're not.
Yeah.
Typhon.
That's 2 O's. Goose.
Maybe we say it different. North
2
Carolina.
O's and goose.
That's true.
I know. I hope they're not going crazy because I'm trying to pull up a.
They are going crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sure they are. I know
They're
it.
going crazy.
Now
That's
you know how Brian feels.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna get on the YouTubes and do.
So what about one fella asked about upgrading? If you had a Cyclone and you wanted to throw the Typhoon pump into it, is that possible, or is there something different with the board?
You would have to buy the circuit board and pump assembly. And then the battery that you have on your Cyclone is half the capacity, and you're trying to power a bigger pump. So you'd probably not get very good battery life. I don't know if I've tested it, but you'd probably get like an hour out of it. So if you've already got the Cyclone and you want to do that, that's fine. We could show you how to do that. But what people have done in the past is if you have a Cyclone and you buy that bigger battery that the Typhoon uses, you can get that Cyclone to run for 6 hours, because it's a bigger battery power and a smaller pump. So kind of works better going the other way.
All right. Looks like I got this video ready to roll. So you want to tell us anything about this this awesome Vortex video here before I hit play?
No, just the launching the mist blower. So I just wanted to show you guys how it works. Kind of shows you some of the different features. So,
all right, let's see here.
Spraying up to 25 feet in the air there. somebody said they need it for their worms. That's actually what this guy's spraying for in that customer's house. Was I forget what he called them, but they're like white worms up on the tree. Those are your different tanks, Olee, where you could swap out the tanks. So if you wanted to have multiple products, you could just get an accessory tank and not mix them together. There's your leaf blower.
You can pre-mix in those tanks and they don't leak. You can just pre-mix and have them ready to rock.
Yeah, it's got a check valve in there.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, Bagworms, thank you.
That looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're cool. So anyway, and then we're talking about giving away a new Gen 3 Typhoon. Just wanted to just shortly, if you want to pull up that slide, number 6.
Yeah, the updates.
So this is what we updated on the Gen 3, both the Cyclone and the Typhoon. You can see it's got a different look with the green housing. It covers the whole front of the tank now. So we have a Viton seal running inside the edge of that whole front area. So it's really more waterproof. The green housing, like the green front part, is easier to take off. That's what we mean by improved serviceability. We've waterproofed a lot more of the stuff on the inside too. So with like all your circuit boards are epoxy sealed. We've got like the where the wires connect to each other. It's all like automotive style clips and everything like that. So that's what I mean when you go to look at the quality of it. If you open it up, it really is a simple thing to work on, and all the parts have really been dialed in to work for this application with the pump. When you go to put these things together out of the box, the wedge lock wand holsters, just the way the shipping is, in our, we're trying to minimize our cubic space, but we improved the wand holsters to where we're calling them wedge lock now, to where they just slide in. You don't have to mess around with the small screws as much as you used to. And then the removable hose, we used to have the hose. If you needed to swap that out for any reason, if it got kinked, if it got cut, if it just, was something you needed to work on, you had to go inside that front green housing, but now you can remove that from the outside of the tank, which is very nice if you're traveling with it, or like I said, if anything happens.
Yeah, that's a nice feature for sure.
Yeah, and that's, so that's all you can see. That's another brass connector right there. I mean, we're trying to make everything nice. And then a lot of the feedback we got over the years is just that people prefer the T-Jet style nozzles. So I'm sure you guys are all familiar with that. So we're giving T-Jet style nozzles out of the box now. So you could see the one that has the 45-degree bend in it is a 45-degree fan nozzle. But that can also be swapped out, if you needed to use a different style T-Jet in there. That's, so if that's something you already have, you can put a different nozzle in there. The straight black plastic nozzle is just like a 0 degree to get up high to trees and stuff. And then that brass adjustable nozzle was an improvement as well over our old silver nozzle. That has a much better spray pattern now. So there's different applications for different things, but those are the changes that we made on Series 3.
Definitely seemed like some positive ones for sure. I mean, and that's one of the cool things to see, is that when a company launches a product, that they're, taking the feedback and making the improvements to the tool or to the item, right? So that, the customer experience is better, so that the use of the product is easier, so that it's, kind of more conducive to, any number of things, whether it's taking it apart, being able to transport it, or being able to incorporate something like the T-Jet's a little bit easier. I mean, that's, those are real positive changes. And then the other thing you sent us too is that you have some new accessories as well.
Yeah, so I can run through these quickly. So we mentioned those third-party battery adapters. So that was DeWalt, Makita, Milwaukee. I saw somebody mention Ryobi. Ryobi's kind of got that the shaft style battery. If you guys don't want to say that's what she said again, but Ryobi has that that kind of stick style battery. So we can't do that one. But we are looking at maybe like a Bosch, and we're just going to see what kind of feedback we get on other battery systems that people want. So if you want a different style that you have, let me know in the comments there, because we would use that feedback. The sprayer rack is really cool. I think I sent you one, Olee, but I've got one in my garage. It is very nice just to mount on the wall with some lag screws, and then it's got a dedicated place in your.
It's great for storage.
Yeah, it's all stainless, or it's not stainless, but it's just whatever heavy duty steel, stainless components. But yeah, we've got guys who mount them on the back of their spray rigs, inside trailers, garage is great, a shed would be great. The 16-foot, we've got a 16-foot and 24-foot telescoping wand now. So if you do want to be getting high to your eaves for pest control, or if you need to be spraying up into trees, this is a cool accessory. It's very lightweight. I think they're like 5 pounds, 7 pounds total. So you get that extra 16 feet to the nozzle tip. And then you do lose a bit of pressure. So let's say like the Typhoon, we quote 30 feet in the normal setup. You lose maybe 5 PSI just because it travels up the hose. But you're adding basically 16 to 25 is like 40. You're spraying 41 feet into the air. So that's a cool accessory. But yeah, we've got drift guards. We've got nozzle adapters, got the dripless wands. If you guys are noticing, if you're spraying any sort of thing like Roundup or whatever that you don't want to be dripping, those dripless wands have a check valve in the end of the in the end of the wand. So those are things that are all available right now. Some other cool ones that I wanted to mention for just this kind of landscape application is that we're very close to launching an inline spray gun. So where if you're spraying downwards, you want your wrist to kind of be in this angle, naturally. So you're in line, you're kind of holding the gun like this. Whereas with our pistol style, you're kind of holding it like this, and you have to kink your wrist more. So that inline spray gun will be nice for spraying downwards. So we're excited to launch that. We're launching a 2 and 4 nozzle boom. So we've seen a lot of people Frankenstein a boom together on our sprayers. So where, you've got a, 36-inch boom with 4 different nozzles on it. So you don't have to make as many passes on the lawn. So that'd be a cool launch for, lawn guys. We're coming out with like a 5-in-1 spray nozzle. I think Ryobi, actually, speaking of Ryobi, has they have a 5-in-1 spray nozzle. So we're kind of doing the same thing with that. And then Olee, I wanted to mention the flashlight mounts. I've seen you spraying at night sometimes in your videos, but we are coming out with a flashlight mount. So you could put it on the end of your wand. And that was some demand we got from the pest control industry, because these guys kind of spray in restaurants dark sometimes. But if you find yourself needing a flashlight while you're spraying,
why not?
Okay, well, I got 60 names in the wheel.
All right.
There's a few duplicates, but I caught them, I think. So we got legit 60 folks in the live chat throwing their name in the wheel.
All right.
You guys think, should we get this going? Should I try to share my screen here?
Yeah, do it, man.
All right. Make sure I close all my open tabs for you.
67 date ideas.
Thought it was 140 something.
I don't know.
Jeez, what episode was that? That's gotta be like episode like 10.
Oh, I just closed that.
148 romantic date ideas.
You still have it up on his tab?
It's a bookmark.
It's been like 2 years.
Well,
Oh, thank God. Okay.
You should have moved
I
on to
closed the
like
page.
50 now.
Okay. All right, now we got names. Here we go. Okay. You guys got it?
Yeah, yep, I'm putting it up.
Holy
we go.
cow.
Hopefully we got some sweet tunes too. So I couldn't size the logo, so sorry, Connor. It's a little tacky, but FlowZone's in there. All right. So we got 60 names in the wheel. This is for the Typhoon 3. Let's give it a few shuffles here. And if I misspelled your name, I was trying not to look at my fingers as I type, so don't come at me. Here we go.
We'll know who you are.
Slow this one down. Ooh-wee. Right on.
John Wagner.
John Wagner.
He's
All
still-
right.
Are they still in
Cool.
the chat?
Congrats, brother.
Yeah, hope he's still in the chat.
Yeah.
Don't erase that wheel yet.
No, I
Yeah.
still got it up there. Shh.
Let's claim that prize, Mr. Wagner.
Yeah.
That's a great win.
Yes.
I
That's
know.
a great win for sure. You know, listening to you talk about the sprayers, Connor. I mean, there's I wanted one before. No, I'm definitely on board, especially with all the updates you guys have made, and you know, the adaptability for batteries is huge.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, that seriously is a selling point for me too. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah.
He's there
For sure. Because I mean, you know, batteries, the battery tools that I have, right? So I have the like Ego string trimmer and the Ego what do you call it? Hedge trimmers. Right. So that's nice because it's like I have two batteries, and you know, those are two tools that I use a lot. But for something else, like, you know, even a backpack, just being able to put a drill battery on there from, like, you know, all the 10 DeWalt batteries that I got laying around. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a
The
really
convenience,
cool-
like, so you don't have to like make sure you plugged it in overnight to charge it, you know, plan ahead. You don't really have to worry about that as much if you got a couple other drill batteries hanging around. You know, if it's low and you run out, swap it out. That's a very convenient feature, and I really like that. So thanks for sharing that with me for sure.
Yeah, that's a really cool update.
We're about an hour in, you guys, and we have not yet gotten to a lawn of the week. What do you say we do that this week? Because we do have a couple winners. We didn't have any last week, so we're overdue.
Yeah, and we're just gonna have to announce them because I don't have any photographs or anything else loaded up. So
That's okay.
you know.
This week we have two former Lawn of the Week winners who are becoming two-time Lawn of the Week winners, and they're both just crushing it right now. We have the 207 Lawn Legend and My Real Kick Grass Lawn. Both you guys looking good right about now.
Oh yeah, for sure. I didn't get a chance to go through and take any screenshots, but if you're not familiar with the Keep Out the Grass Lawn of the Week, the Lawn of the Week is hashtag KOTG Lawn of the Week. Tag it in a post or a reel. If you put it in a story, obviously it's not going to show up. It's going to disappear, but then that gives us a chance to go through Instagram, check out the hashtag, give it a follow, see who you're competing against every week. But that gives us a chance to kind of look and see who's got the baddest lawn on Instagram that week. And if we decide that you are the Lawn of the Week winner, you will get your choice of a bag of Pro Peat fertilizer, your choice of NPK off of homedepot.com. So whatever they are distributing through Home Depot in terms of NPK, you can choose one of those, message it to us with your name and your real name and shipping address. we will forward that on to John over at ProPete and get you out a free bag of fertilizer. So big thanks to ProPete for continuing to do this. I mean, how long has it been since John said, "Hey, I'll be in to give away some fertilizer"? And we're like, "Okay, well, when's that going to end?" And he goes, "It's not gonna." So big thanks to ProPete.
Like pallets of
awesome
fertilizer.
brand partner for us. Really good people and great product.
Yeah, man, it's a good fertilizer. It really is.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yep. Well, with that said, Connor, anything else that we should know? Anything else we need to be on the lookout for?
You guys are going to GIE this year, I heard. So if anybody in the live chat's going, Connor will be there.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to see us, we've got, we'll be at the Site 1 booth, be on display there. We'll be at the Advanced Turf booth. We'll be walking around. So reach out to our Instagram is at FZ Sprayer. So if you want to reach out to us personally, reach out to me personally. You can DM us there. But no, I appreciate everybody talking to us, joining the live chat and making comments. But if you guys have any questions or if you have any issues, please feel free to reach out. Like I said, to our Instagram, or we've got that support@wessel.com. So appreciate everybody's love and support.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks, you guys.
Yep. Everybody, thanks for joining us. And yeah, I think that's pretty much a wrap for this evening. So with that said, we'll see you next week.
Go Hawks.
Season has begun.
All righty then.